is Hip Hop News Uncensored. You know what I mean? Listen to the Uncensored Truth podcast and Viral Hip Hop News collaboration. We going in today with my brother Sandman over there. Everybody listening, please hit the like button and make sure that you share this video for us. Let me get into this Offset thing. Now, we know the other day, man, you know, I think it was Saturday night, if I'm not mistaken, when the story, Friday night, excuse me, Offset, you know, he was driving and I seen the videos up and I seen people was all like, damn, what happened with Offset? And I didn't believe it at first when I seen, but he was actually arrested, you know, driving. And the reason why they said they pulled him over because he did a, you know, an illegal lane change or something like that. But when they pulled him over, they found some marijuana and they found a weapon in the car. So he was arrested, you know, detained for about 24 hours. He made bail. He posted $17,000 bail. So we kind of thought it was over. We was like, damn, you know, he took an L on this one. But Offset's lawyer, his lawyer is now coming out, Drew Fineland, saying that the police motives were accidentally questionable. You know, so now let's start with the weapon. The weapons, they're saying that they found an Offset car was actually, you know, in possession of Offset's bodyguard. You know, that's what they're saying. They also saying he was also licensed to carry a gun, you know, at the time. And they're saying even going back to the stop, they're saying that's even questionable. Like they shouldn't even have pulled him over. So his lawyer is pretty much saying that they're targeting him because he's, you know, a young black man that's rich. Sandman, what do you think about this allegation? You know, Offset's lawyer coming out saying that they're attacking a young black African-American, you know, with jewels on top of the world. They're just trying to find something to get a headline on. What do you think about that?
I did the stories as they came out.
Yes, sir.
When he got locked up, for it, and the first story came out that it was tinted windows, and it's pissing me off. How fucking stupid and ridiculous!
Right,
it's tinted windows for real. Like how the reasoning in tinted windows makes no fucking sense. And we know a lot of us have tinted windows, so it's an easy and probable cause for a cop to come fuck with you if you got tint on your windows. It's one of the most ridiculous fucking laws out there. Needless to say, when I heard that, and then you see he gets locked up, it's like, yo, it's kind of funny. Why you really? Yeah, the cops is fucking with Offset. There's no doubt. And then it comes out that it wasn't because of that. It was because of an illegal lane change. He had guns in the car, $107,000 in cash, which means absolutely nothing. He's smoking weed, paint the picture like Offset was really kind of doing something he had no business doing. So then I'm like, damn, man, bro, everybody wants to see you win. Everybody wants to see you successful. You just had this daughter, beautiful daughter with your wife, Cardi B. No one wants to see you in this situation. You got to move better, fam. But the conversation always was kind of leaning toward, why were they fucking with him? Why were they fucking with him? So now this comes out. His lawyer says this, that they were, the person with him in the car were registered to have these guns, that he was targeted. Yeah. And we can see how easily this can happen.
I believe it. Yeah.
When you have a nice ass whip, when a cop can get behind it, run the tags, easily see who the fuck it is, and say, let's fuck with him. Because let's not be too naive. The shit happens everywhere. It happens to us. It's happened to us. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Right here in our home. It's happened to us. Yeah. So that's not too far-fetched to happen. Now, you can say anything you want about the weed. You can say what you want about the guns that were registered to an armed security guard. But why did this man get pulled over? And you look at the excuses, tinted windows or an illegal lane change. That's simply running your tags and giving you a fucking excuse. So it's a lot. It's some dirty shit.
It goes deep.
On top of the fact that he's in Georgia.
Right.
No. Georgia. We just seen Rollo get hooked up with federal situations. We seen T.I. in his own motherfucking home, in his own gated community, be harassed, not only harassed, but arrested.
Yes, sir.
For expressing his grievances against somebody that worked there that should have been doing his fucking job in customer service as well. But we're not going to get into that. We also had Jim Jones in his situation. Georgia recently has been notorious for fucking with rappers and get into situations. Now, some rappers, Jim Jones, you might have put that on yourself a little bit, but these other situations, right now, Offset. So what do you say about that, man? It definitely has some smoke to it. Yeah. And where there's smoke, there's fucking fire.
It's fire. It's lit up down there, man, you know, in the dirty. And it's like, you know, this is real, man. This is, I agree. And I think it's 100%, you know, accurate. I've been pulled over for as much as, you know, air freshener hanging. They say is obstruction of view. And it's like, it goes even deeper because even if he had the fucking pistol and a gun, so what? Like he's not bothering anybody. And this is what I don't like about the police. It's like, all right, you pull me over, you smoke. Okay, weed. I'm not hurting anybody with weed. I got a gun in there for protection. I'm a rapper. Now, he probably had a Ferrari or something expensive. So when you're talking about again, you saying yes, he got pulled over by the police officer. They ran his tag. Let's just say it wasn't even his car. It wasn't registered to him. They still pulling him over, you know what I mean? Because it's a high, expensive car, and he's a black man, probably in the area. Who knows the type of area he was in? It's like you pull a man over, and now, you know, for a legal lane change? Really?
You got
come on, man.
You got a lot of people out there saying he was a convicted felon. And then news came out, Cardi B came out and put on her IG, he's not a convicted felon. And then you see news that he isn't a convicted felon. Oh, God, do you know anything more about that situation? I don't know.
He's a convicted felon. By cutting the deal to 20, a cop. Yeah, it's his third felony. He's a convicted felon.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So and it says by cutting the deal to 23-year-old effectively cop to his third felony under Georgia's 3-strike law. If he gets in trouble again, the judge could put him away for life. You know, this is an article according to Bossip, you know, back in December 9th of 2015, where he did plead no contest to a riot in a penal facility. This is what it's saying right here, the article.
Oh, God, this fucks me up, man. I'm going to tell you why. We did a podcast early on. When we talked about the Migos, I think Quavo went through something.
Right.
We talked about him with Meek Mill, and Meek Mill was currently in jail behind bars going through the nonsense that he was going through. And we asked ourselves, is Migos, are they kind of, I don't want to say next in line, and throw the conspiracy busts out there going crazy, but are they next in line given their stardom, their fame, and then a little bit of trouble that they've gotten into? It may not be that much trouble, but just enough to kind of create a body or a resume for motherfuckers to run with. And now what you just read, he could potentially be put away for life. Yeah. Right now, is this a situation where they're targeted? Like, are premonitions now coming true that we said a couple months ago?
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely, rappers are targeted. Absolutely. If you go back, man, you know, there was a task force that was kind of uncovered, and the dude talks about it. And I got a video up on my channel with Fabulous, you know, when he went to the old hip hop police. And it's actually, you know, this never actually stopped, but it's a dude pretty much telling you, like, these rappers are pretty much surveilled, you know, allegedly 24 hours. And anytime they want, you know, to keep them under this control, you know, they can pull up anything on. And we've seen a lot of false allegations coming up. We see the thing happening with our brother Charlemagne the God, and whether it's false or not, it's an allegation right now. And we've seen a lot of people, you know, in the past be falsely accused. But, you know, when you talk about, you know, the police having a radar on them, yeah, I don't see why this couldn't be an opportunity for them, you know, to target this young man. And then it's almost like they watch these rappers get all this money. You know what I mean? They got to pay it right back into the system. Your Meek Mills, all these rappers. It seems like every week we talking about a rapper getting arrested for something, man. We're not talking about it. I don't see like other people in other genres getting arrested like this. Now, either they're being targeted or they're just we're innately just bad criminal people. And I don't think it's the latter. I think we're being targeted, you know, and this documents and people that talked about this that would suggest that this is real. So I don't take this outside of the possibility of him being, you know, targeted. Definitely.
I worked, and just to give you a little bit of insight, I used to work in the casino. I did a lot of security work for a lot of private details for a lot of celebrities. I met some assholes. I met some real good people. I had the opportunity to meet Migos, and I had an opportunity to kind of be side by side with Offset when he was gambling and doing his thing. He's a good dude. I ain't get to chill with him for a long time. We ain't have a lot of personal fucking conversation. I don't know this man personally, but from the couple of hours I did get to chill with him and watch him do his thing, and he's a real down to earth dude. He talked to me, asked about my life a little bit. Real down to earth and chill, brother. That that shouldn't negate the fact of what happened, blah, 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 or whatever. But it does go to show you he's a real good brother. He ain't out here fucking up. He ain't out here doing this thing crazy. He's trying to live his life. A new father, fucking winning. We smoke bud. It is what the fuck it is. Leave that alone. Okay, it is what it is. But y'all trying to get him on 2 felony charges that could potentially put this brother away for life. It has to be something that needs to be done. Shout out to his lawyers that he shouted out. What's his name again? What's the lawyer's name again, brother? I
think it's Fiedler. Last name Fiedler.
He dropped something on his IG said about his lawyer, saying that this was the man he loved from the death. So shout out to, you know what I mean, the Migos legal team, and we'll keep you up to date on the development.
I'm sorry, Drew Fineland. Sorry,
Drew Fineland. All right, well, shout out to Drew Fineland. Like I said, Offset dropped something on his IG, shouting that brother out. And we'll keep you.
He's gonna beat this. I look like he's gonna beat this case. You know, especially with the 3rd strike law they got going. Him potentially getting that. He's looked like his lawyer is creating it out for him at this point, and I think that they're gonna win. That's the first thing I was actually thinking when I was actually reading the story. I'm like, yo, when you talk about an illegal lane change, like they're gonna get that.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah. Because it's like they can pull you over for anything. Like this is where you got to have the money to go through the process. Because they can pull you over and find a gun in your car. But did they have the right to pull you over? A lot of people in the system, a lot of brothers, we don't have the money to fight it. Once you got the money and you put the money into the system, you can beat it. But 98% of us don't have the money. That's why even the officer, I forgot what state he was in, we was talking about, I don't know if it was somewhere down south, but the officer, was caught putting cases on innocent black people just to fill the quota. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, this stuff is very real. This system is flawed and it needs to be changed, especially in the Jim Crow South. This is.
Baby, I want you to work right now.